Hi, welcome. Welcome to Essential Living with Pilar. And if you've never tuned into the show before, Essential Living with Pilar is all things holistic, anything and everything that can help improve your life in the way of healing, raising consciousness, natural remedies, you name it. Raising your vibration, which is the number one objective, which goes hand in hand with raising your consciousness, expanding our paradigms and our beliefs so we can benefit the planet and also especially our own lives. So welcome, and we are welcoming in 2019 as well. Can you imagine? It is at that threshold, and so it's a birthing of a new year. And I want to, whenever your birthday is this year, whatever month it is, I want you to start thinking in terms of what that new beginning is. And I'm going to shed a little bit of an extra layer, expanding the meaning of that new beginning for both the year and you, whenever that birthday may fall for you, so you can appreciate it and take advantage of it better than you have before. So, a couple of things in relationship to that. We always get that sense of a new start, right? Start fresh, a clean slate. We leave the old year behind, which we've talked about before. It's a process that we had already embarked upon to get ready for this time of year where we are creating the new. We're planting the seeds for the new harvest to come in the spring. But right now, it's the dormant time, the time of introspection, going within, quiet, the conservation of energy, as you sort through and create a plan and a structure for what's to be for the upcoming new year. But before we embark too far into the new year, I just want to bring to your attention the need to really, really, really let go of what's in the past, because sometimes we do bring in some residuals, like, well, I really didn't really let go of that. I'm just going to keep it for a little bit longer. I know it's not helping me, but I just can't bring myself to get rid of it, to throw it out yet. That goes for everything, objects, relationships, ideas, habits, you name it, right? So all of those things, especially the habits and beliefs and all of that, we have that in our DNA from things that we've been taught by our family, that comes down generationally, right? So that's ingrained in our cellular consciousness. So it is difficult to fully detox from that, fully get that out, literally out of your system, and letting it go completely. So part of essential living is using tools that help us to do better, and they're tools. They're not the answer in and of themselves. They're ways to assist us to focus on what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, what we want to create, all of that. But really the power is within us. We are the creators, and everything that's external is put here to help us focus and support us in that process in every way. So since we've talked about several times now consecutively about essential oils, I'm going to give you a little recipe to start your year with on the right foot to create what you want to create, to have that feeling of abundance and improvement, and let go of any residual generational baggage, right? So there are a few oils that are specifically good for that. First, you got to get rid of the old, right? So Siberian fir, actually any kind of fir will do. Any sort of pine as a matter of fact, is what is used for generational healing. It goes very deeply into the root of our DNA and our ancestral lineage, and heals what is still seemingly out of balance. I don't want to say broken, but it is seemingly out of balance that we still have been carrying it on unless we let it go. If you know pines, any pines, I'm going to use some right now and simplify it. You don't have to make a big deal. Just grab some essential oil of pine, be it Douglas fir, spruce, Siberian fir in this case, white fir. Those are the ones. And you know that pine is a very cleansing substance, right? That's why they put it in cleaning products, even though that's fake stuff. But the real essential oil will go down deep to the core of your consciousness by inhaling it. I just put some on my wrists. It goes very quickly into the brain, and it starts to create and cascade the chemicals that will change the pharmaceutical composition of the body, including the cellular into the cellular level, to really purify and transmute all that old residual luggage that we've been carrying since the beginning of time, that we have inherited over and over and over and over. So usually that is fears, doubts, doesn't matter where you're from, fears, doubts, diseases, attitudes, beliefs that are hindering. So you want to get that cleared out as much as possible and open up to a consciousness of abundance and creating the life that you are really meant to create, your piece of the cosmic tapestry, if you will. So that then you can layer with some wild orange, because that is the oil of abundance. So one is getting old stuff out, and then this one is expansion and opening up the creative heart center for that expansion and allowing in that refreshment, that focus, that feeling of empowerment and abundance that orange has. I mean, most people will really smell any citrus, but especially an orange, and feel very uplifted. So I want you to please make a point of getting yourself some of these oils that will help you really get going on the right foot as this year begins. And then for an added layer, if you want to add a little bit of Roman chamomile to the process, Roman chamomile, among its many other uses, is the oil of finding your spiritual purpose. It connects you with your soul heritage. It connects you with your soul divine plan and the agreement that you made that you were going to accomplish this certain one thing by coming into this lifetime, in this timeline, in right here, right now, in this reality, or this apparent reality that we dwell in. So those are, I think, your staples for the beginning of 2019, to welcome the birth of 2019 with open arms, with plenty of room for all the good to flow into your life, and including your upcoming birthday. And everything in life is a cycle, right? So I want to bring to your awareness that consciousness that all things are one, and everything really functions in the same way. And all these cycles have a very specific purpose. But if you notice, just like at the end of this year coming to a close, you already feel the beginning of the other. And the same goes to you specifically for the 365 days that compose the year of your life. So I want to read something to you that might bring some extra awareness of how important your birthday is and how you can appreciate it instead of dreading it. Because, culturally we're so conditioned, and that's part of this getting stuff out with this Siberian fir and orange and Roman chamomile, that combination is really to get rid of those habitual patterns of conversation and thinking that we just drag around all the time. And, that sense of dread, oh, another year, I'm getting older. And then you just start assuming, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to have this happen now. And you have all these like fictitious landmarks of decline that are not real. So I am going to read you a little passage that I'll paraphrase some of it because some of the language is a little bit, it's not very modern because it's old, but I am going to share it with you anyway. All right, so the importance of your birth date. A birth date signifies a new beginning because the cycle of each life completes a circuit every 365 days, and the energy of the individual's world closes the circle of experience on the day preceding one's birthday. On the day which is the anniversary of the embodiment of spirit, meaning coming into your body when you're actually physically born, the higher self, which is your inner being, your soul, your higher mental body, your connection with the divine that you're part of, that we all are. So that higher self releases a new pulsation of life and light into the body, and there comes an added forward impetus with the hope that the succeeding year will find a greater expression of the individual's life plan. We all have a plan from the moment that we chose to be an individualized entity. So we spend life after life stumbling to discover what that is. Hence, these beautiful oils that can help you. You have to do the work, but they can just help you. That is why it is usually noticed that in the period just preceding one's birthday, there is a let-up of life's energy and vitality. And the period immediately following the birthday is usually the most opulent in spiritual unfoldment and inner well-being. As the embodiment of a spirit gives you a new opportunity to unfold your spiritual nature, means that each minor cycle, which is each birthday, is a new beginning. And a great deal of the karma that we all have, which we create, is dissolved at this time. So it is also the privilege and opportunity of cosmic beings of light, which there are, to give the gifts of their qualities to that particular life, even as we here exchange gifts for our birthday. We receive those gifts. That's a symbolism that comes from somewhere, and that's where it comes from. Every person who passes through the gates of a new birthday receives an outpouring from every being of light, and the practice of extending gifts here on earth, as we do, is but a faint reflection of that inner experience. Once you experience this knowledge, it makes your birthday the holiest day of the year. On your birthday, your life is played upon by all the cosmic friends in the universe. The richness, the opulence, the spiritual illumination which they will give you will remain a part of your eternal identity for all time. So avail yourselves when this holy day comes to bathe in the effulgence of the presence of the godly. I know that sounds very wordy, but I like that because those are words of wisdom from beings of light. It's not the way we normally speak here on the planet at the moment, but it's a very elegant expression of what life is really like beyond our mundane existence here on the planet. So part of my purpose and my plan, I'm pretty certain, is to, since I've come across some of this insight. Doesn't do me any good to just keep it to myself. Someone can benefit from it. So if anybody can, I like to share it and open up that expansion so you learn to appreciate the life that you are living, because you chose to be here in this lifetime, even though sometimes we look around and say, why am I here? I don't belong here. How could anybody have possibly chosen to be here on purpose? But that's because we're focusing on the things that do not deserve focus. So my hope for you for this particular new year, and for myself, of course, which is why I always ask for company. I don't ever present anything that I'm not doing myself. So it's nice to have company in that growth and expansion. And so I offer you that opportunity to embark upon that mindset and look forward, literally look forward to your life this coming year. Look forward into what you can accomplish. Don't keep looking back at what you might have done seemingly wrong, because everything that has been done for a purpose. They're all learning experiences to build up your stepping stones into your higher, this right here behind me. I'm not pointing in the right direction. Like that guy back here on the mountain, wherever he is over here. Reaching that summit of your experience, of your potential, of your purpose. You have a specific aspect to you, a specific gift, a specific way that only you can do it. We are each unique, right? I mean, you look at snowflakes, and we know that we are each unique. If we all have individual fingerprints, then I think it's pretty easy proof, documented easy proof, that we're each very individual beings, even though we are from the same source. But we each are very unique in our own individuality and in our purpose and in our reason for being, every way. So it's time to find that purpose, that choice. What resonates with you? What makes you joyful? What would you do if you had no limitations? And even though you say, well, that's easy to say because we all have limitations, so why bother dreaming? But the limitations that we think we have are self-imposed. They've been dragging on our backs. We've been carrying them like they're treasures for generations and generations and generations. And that is what we're here to heal on the planet now, because now we have the knowledge. And it's not just esoteric, metaphysical, spiritual knowledge. It is scientifically proven as well that we are vibrational beings, we are magnetic beings, we are creators. We can change our lives by just observing it, just like a scientist can change the outcome of a laboratory test by merely the observing of that process. Just putting the focus on something collapses the electronic substance into something. You look away, it spreads out again. So it is really about the focus. What do you want to do? And stay with it. The limitations that we believe we have are not real. So hopefully, by making some conscious effort, you can release those. And you really need to make a choice. I mean, look around. The world needs you. It needs anybody who has some clarity and willingness and wants to be a steward of the world we live in and create that world we want to live in, and not throw up our arms up in the air in despondency, thinking that we don't have the power to change anything, because the world has pretty much evolved or changed dramatically by the actions of very few people, but those very few people were very willing. So are you willing? Please be willing, because we need you. The world needs to be better. It's waiting for whatever it is that you can contribute, but you can't contribute what you don't have, or you don't want to contribute more of what you don't want. But if you're carrying it around in your DNA, in your cellular consciousness, let it go. Don't believe that you're getting older and declining. Change your mind, literally, to understand that our bodies, if you can repair a bone, if you can regenerate skin when it breaks, then that tells you. As a few episodes ago, we went over how quickly each part of the body regenerates itself. So the idea of age, decline, and decay, and all of that disintegration is really a belief. So it's time to drop those beliefs and start focusing on possibility. Because we really are limitless. We're only limited by our own imagination. So I'm inviting you to expand your thinking, your feeling, understand that you're more than this flesh coat. Make some time to get quiet before the year kicks off too far. Really focus on making a plan, an inner plan, and an outer plan, because you can't have an outer plan without an inner plan. Because wherever you go, you're bringing yourself. So you don't want to bring yourself with all this other crap from the past. So get to work on that. It's early in the game. Now it's the time to really get some journaling done, get some introspection done. Just go with the cycles of nature. And when you start approaching that cycle that's coming before your birthday arrives, I would start focusing 30 days before the actual birthday that you celebrate your existence on this planet. Start, instead of being negative about it, start feeling happy and gratitude that you are here, you're not done, you're just getting started. Think about it this way. Everything before now has just been research. And just avail yourselves of the gift of the earth. Surround yourself by things that help you focus on the positive, whatever that is. I always recommend use essential oils. They work right away scientifically in your brain and your consciousness. They'll change your feelings in an instant. You can flip your mindset. You really need to kind of be your own driver, though. So if you find yourself you're getting pulled into one direction, you really need to exert some little discipline, a little bit of discipline on yourself. But don't let another year go by without being magnificent and creating something new. Don't create something you've already done and that you're familiar with. That's not creation, that's repetition and regurgitation. You're here to create what's not been created before. So dare to imagine greater. Go beyond your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is not so comfortable. So be willing to expand and celebrate yourself this year in every way you can. And I wish you a fruitful year for 2019 and celebrate its birth with possibility and determination and willingness to expand yourself and affect and infect the world around you with your greatness and your special gift that you chose to be here to do. You chose something. Go within and think about what that might have been and start doing it. And eliminate those reasons and mindsets, even from your closest friends and family that are telling you can't, because there is no such thing. So on that note, happy birthday 2019, and happy birthday to you in preparation to your new cycle. And go with the better flow. And make a plan, make it a good one, start taking action and celebrate your creation to be. And on that note, stay tuned into your highest vibration and stay tuned to us for next time. And I bid you to farewell. And last but not least, thank you to our awesome Thurston County media family here that makes this programming possible, because this is an amazing place. So thank you, and express gratitude for your existence, and go forward.